Hey Leo, I have a question for you. Where do you go when you want to work, but you're tired of your apartment and your office feels too far?
Hmm, that's a good question. Honestly, I usually just go to a coffee shop. There's one near my place. I sit there with my laptop for like 3 hours, drink one coffee, and nobody bothers me.
Exactly. And that, my friend, is one of the most American things you just described. In fact, there's a special name for that place. And it's not office, it's not home, it's called your third place.
Third place? Like first place, second place, third place? Like a medal?
I love that. No, not a medal. But think about it. First place is your home. Second place is your work or school. Your third place is that spot that's neither home nor work. It's where you go to relax, hang out with friends, or just be by yourself. For millions of Americans, that place is a coffee shop.
Oh, I see. So it's like a social space that isn't home and isn't the office.
Perfectly said. And here's the thing, this concept was actually made famous by a sociologist named Ray Oldenburg back in the 1980s. He said that third places are essential for a healthy community. They're neutral ground, you can come and go as you please, you don't have to buy anything fancy, and you're never alone unless you want to be.
That's so interesting. So when I go to that Starbucks near my apartment with my laptop, I'm actually participating in American culture without even knowing it.
Absolutely, and that's exactly why so many international learners feel confused when they first come to the US. They walk into a coffee shop, see people sitting there for hours with one small drink, and they think, isn't this rude? Aren't they supposed to leave after they finish their coffee?
Wait, that was me. I literally thought that. When I first moved here, I felt so awkward sitting at a table with an empty cup. I kept looking at the barista like, are they going to ask me to leave?
And what did you do?
I honestly just left. I drank my coffee in like 10 minutes and walked out because I was so nervous.
You're not alone. A lot of learners from countries like Japan, Korea, or Saudi Arabia tell me the same thing. In many cultures, coffee shops are for drinking coffee fast. You order, you drink, you go. But in the US, especially in cities like New York, Seattle, Portland, the coffee shop is a second living room. It's totally normal to stay for an hour, 2 hours, even 3 hours.
So there's no unspoken rule that says you have to keep buying things?
Good question. Here's the honest answer. If you're going to stay for more than an hour, it's polite to buy something. Doesn't have to be expensive. A coffee, a tea, even a bottle of water counts. You don't need to buy a new drink every 30 minutes. But if you sit there for 3 hours with an empty cup and no purchase, that might get you a look.
Okay, so buy one thing and you're good for a while. Got it.
Exactly. And now let's talk about the most important part, how to order. Because this is where I hear the same mistake from almost every non-native speaker.
Okay, I'm nervous. Am I making this mistake?
Let's find out. Imagine you're standing at a coffee counter. What do you say when the barista asks, "What can I get started for you?"
I would say I want a latte.
And there it is. Leo, that's the mistake.
No, I want is wrong, but I do want a latte.
You do want a latte, but I want sounds very direct, very childlike in English. It's not rude exactly, but it's not natural. Native speakers almost never say I want when ordering food or drinks. Instead, we say things like,
And I get, that sounds so much softer. Okay, I'm going to practice. Can I get a latte, please?
perfect. And if you want to sound even more like a local, you can say, can I get a medium latte with oat milk? Now you sound like you live here.
Oat milk. That's so American.
It really is. Okay, let's go deeper. There's another term that's very popular in American coffee culture right now, especially in cities like Portland, Seattle, and San Francisco. It's called a pour over.
Pour over. I've seen that on menus. Is it just pouring water over coffee?
Basically, yes, but it's a specific method. Instead of a machine making the coffee, a barista hand pours hot water over coffee grounds in a filter. It takes longer, but the flavor is cleaner, brighter. And ordering a pour over in the US says something about you.
What does it say?
It says you care about your coffee. You're not just getting caffeine, you're appreciating the craft. It's a little bit of a flex, honestly.
A flex. So if I order a pour over, I look cool?
You look like you know what you're doing. But here's a warning, it takes about 4 to 5 minutes. So if you're in a hurry, don't order a pour over. Order a regular drip coffee. That's the standard coffee that's already brewed in a big pot.
Good tip. Drip coffee for speed, pour over for showing off.
That's one way to put it. Now let's talk about another unspoken rule, how to handle the tip jar.
Oh, tipping. That's a whole other episode, right?
It is. But I'll give you the short version for coffee shops. When you pay with a card, the screen will ask you for a tip, usually 15, 20, or 25%. If you're just getting a black coffee to go, it's okay to hit no tip. But if you're ordering something complicated, like a latte with oat milk and a flavor shot, most Americans tip at least $1 or 15%.
Okay, so tip for complicated drinks, not required for simple ones. Noted.
And now, let me tell you something that surprises most learners. In the US, many people use coffee shops as their actual office. Freelancers, writers, students, even people with full-time jobs will work from a coffee shop for a few hours. They take meetings there. They have video calls, quietly, with headphones.
Wait, people take video calls in coffee shops? Isn't that loud?
It can be. But here's the rule. If you're on a call, you keep your voice low, you use headphones. And if you're going to be on a long call, you step outside. Nobody wants to hear your entire 30-minute meeting.
That makes sense. So the coffee shop is a semi-public workspace.
Exactly. And this is very different from countries where coffee shops are mainly for socializing. In Spain, for example, people go to cafes to talk with friends, not to work alone on a laptop. In China, many coffee shops have signs asking customers not to stay too long during busy hours. But in the US, the coffee shop welcomes the laptop crowd.
So if I walk into a Starbucks in New York and see 20 people on laptops, that's normal?
That's the most normal thing in the world. In fact, Starbucks was one of the first chains to encourage this. They designed their stores with comfortable chairs, free Wi-Fi, and power outlets on purpose. They wanted people to stay.
Wow, I didn't know that. So Starbucks basically created the modern third place.
They really did. And now every coffee shop in America follows that model. Okay, let's do a quick practice round. Leo, you're the barista. I'm the customer. Listen to how I order and notice the language.
Okay, ready. Hi, welcome to Brew House. What can I get started for you?
Hi, can I get a medium pour over with light roast? And could I also get a blueberry muffin, please?
Sure, that'll be $8.50. Name for the order?
Maya. Thanks.
Okay, that was smooth. I noticed you said, can I get and could I also get? Very natural.
Now you try. Pretend you're ordering at your favorite coffee shop.
All right. Hi, can I get a small latte with oat milk, please?
Beautiful. That's perfect. Now let's add one more detail, the size. In the US, coffee shops use different words for sizes. Starbucks uses tall, grande, venti. Most independent shops use small, medium, large.
That's so confusing. Why can't they just all use the same words?
Welcome to America. We like variety. But here's a tip. If you're not sure, just point to the cup size you want. Baristas do this all day. They won't judge you.
Okay, good. Pointing is allowed.
Pointing is always allowed. Now, before we wrap up, I want to share one more cultural insight. In the US, the phrase "let's grab coffee" rarely means just coffee.
Wait, what does it mean?
It means "let's hang out." It means "let's talk." It's a social invitation. If an American says, "Hey, let's grab coffee sometime," they're not saying they want caffeine. They're saying they want to spend time with you.
Oh, that's huge. So if someone says that to me, I should say yes, even if I don't want coffee.
Exactly. You can say, "Sure, I'd love to." And then when you get there, you can order tea or water or a pastry. The coffee is not the point. The connection is the point.
That changes everything. I always thought Americans were really into coffee. And they are, but it's really about the social space.
You got it. And that's why learning about third places is so important. It's not just vocabulary, it's understanding how Americans build relationships. We bond over coffee, we do business over coffee, we have first dates over coffee. It's the currency of connection.
So remember, your third place is your social hub. Order with "can I get?" And when someone says, let's grab coffee, they're inviting you into their world.
Perfect summary. And here's your takeaway for today. Next time you walk into a coffee shop, whether you're in New York, London, or Tokyo, try ordering like a local. Say, "Can I get a latte, please?" Sit down, open your laptop, and enjoy your third place.
I love that. Hey Maya, before we go, let me try one more time. Can I get a pour over with light roast, please?
Now you sound like you've lived in Portland your whole life. Perfect.
Thanks, Maya. This was a great episode. I'm never saying I wanted a coffee shop again.
That's the spirit. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you enjoyed this episode, hit subscribe and share it with a friend who loves coffee or wants to sound more natural in English. We'll see you next time on Speak Like a Native.
See you next time.